pronunciation. So one audio was also uploaded. So I guess you all must have practiced how to pronounce German words. So today I am going to start with the basic grammar. But before that, I would like to give you some tentative idea, though later on I will be sending you email also related to your test and what you are going to, how you are going to evaluate your performance. So there will be 3 tests altogether. Test 1 will take place on 23rd of February after we have learned some grammar and text. The next test will be on 23rd of March. And the third test, and these 2 tests will be based on grammar and comprehension, reading passage comprehension. And the third test will be based on something like oral test or dictation. Means I can speak something and you have to write and submit. And then might be some interaction in German in simple sentences. I guess by that time you will be able to speak in simple sentences. That will happen towards the end, maybe first week of April or second week of April. So as you know that 14th April is the last class, and before that means deadline, that is the deadline for the semester for conducting everything. So before that our class, test, everything should be over. So this is the plan related to your test, and so please keep on preparing accordingly. I shall be discussing in detail that what kind of things will happen, what kind of questions will be asked in the test 1, what kind of questions will be asked in test 2, and what will be doing in test 3. All such things will be discussed in detail. Today I gave you just some brief idea that how the tests are going to happen, and the distribution of marks will be something like 30 marks will be for test number 1, 40 marks will be for test number 2, and 20 marks might be 30 marks for again test number 2, and 20 marks might be for your test number 3, and 10 marks for your attendance. So like this, these are the some tentative idea related to your tests. But I shall be sending.
So can you repeat this?
30 marks for your test number 1, 40 marks for your test number 2, 20 marks for test number 3. So test number 3 will consist of some dictation, oral test, and the first 2 tests, test 1 and test 2, will be based on grammar, translation, comprehension, etc. Whatever we shall be doing during the semester.
So and test 1 and test 2 will be written, right?
Yeah, written test. Yeah, first and second will be written test, and third test will be some oral test. Okay.
Okay.
So I shall be sending the email related to all these things, whatever I have planned, and marks distribution and dates, also tentative dates. So all such things I shall be sending through your ERP email, so everybody is getting the detail. Well, as I mentioned earlier that we shall be following the textbook. So from tomorrow also, I have already uploaded the textbook and the glossary of the PDF form of the book, which was somehow I managed. So that I have uploaded in your file, so you can have the access of the textbook. So from tomorrow, I shall start the textbook. Another thing will be that we shall be following also interesting video films are there. In fact, there are certain episodes based on comedy to learn the German language in a very pleasant manner or in a simple way. So every Tuesday we are having 2 classes. So one class will be from textbook and one class may be for the video film. So tomorrow I shall start with the textbook and I shall also start with the video film. So the transcription, the text related to video also I shall be uploading few lessons. And also there are some vocabulary, means some word meanings related to the video films. So I will upload so you can have a look. And then tomorrow I will explain in detail about these things. Today I shall start with some basic grammar. So far you have already learned some basic words. Like when we meet in the morning, we say Guten Morgen, then Guten Tag, Guten Abend. In the night, at the time of departure, Gute Nacht. And for see you again or goodbye, we say Auf Wiedersehen. Asking the name, two sentences we are asking. One is Wie ist Ihr Name? What's your name? And then you answer like my Name ist, my name is so and so. And another sentence related to asking the name was Wie heißen Sie? Meaning same, how are you called or what's your name? And then you can say is heiße and then you can answer. And then we ask that when we meet in the morning or any time for first time, then we ask how are you? And for that type of sentence, we ask Guten Morgen. Wie geht es Ihnen? The meaning how are you? And the answer is Danke, es geht mir gut. And then you repeat the same question. Und in the beginning you put und and how are you? Und wie geht es Ihnen? And the answer is coming. Danke, es geht mir auch gut. A-U-C-H, auch means also. I am also fine. I am also good. I am also okay. I am also all right. So these were the simple sentences which I have given and you have learned, you have practiced. Now let me share the screen and then I will start with the basic grammar. Well. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So today I am going to start the very first part of the grammar, that is called articles. In English, you are aware about this. We are having two types of article. One is called definite article, another one is called indefinite article. The, the is the definite article in English, and a and n, and these are the two indefinite articles in English. And there are certain rules where to use a and where to use an. Of course, these articles are used before nouns only. So similar kind of things we do have in German. So we are having, in fact, two articles like English. One is definite article, another is indefinite article. So here on your screen, if you see, and then we have two numbers. Though in Sanskrit there are three numbers, singular, dual, and plural. Like Rama, Rama, Rama. That means singular, dual means two, and then we have plural. But like English, in German, we have only two, singular, plural form of nouns like book, books, chair, chairs, etc. Now, one thing, as I have mentioned in the beginning, one of the difficult thing to learn German for foreign students is that you have to remember each and every noun by its gender. Gender is one of the biggest issue because many times it's very confusing. You cannot just guess by meaning that it should be whether it should be masculine or feminine or neuter. We are having three genders: masculine, feminine, neuter. So here I have written two number, that is singular and the plural. And then I have written M. M stands for masculine, F for feminine, N for neuter. Unlike English, we are using three different articles for three different genders. Please remember. In English, we are using only one article, definite article, the, whether the noun is masculine or feminine or neuter, doesn't matter. Whether the noun is singular or plural, doesn't matter. But here it matters. Depending on the number and gender of the noun, the article will change. We have different words for different genders, but meaning will be the same. If you compare with English, all these will have only one meaning, that is the. Now, for masculine noun, that is M, we have D or there. There means the. For feminine noun, we have D. This is also the. For neuter noun, we have das. the same meaning, that is the. And if the noun is plural, irrespective of gender, please remember, we have three gender: masculine, feminine, and neuter. So these three are for singular. But if any noun, whether masculine, feminine, or neuter, if that noun is plural, then we have a common article that is called D. So here we have der for masculine, D for feminine, das for neuter, but any plural noun D. So these are the definite article. Now, if you go for indefinite article, which is equivalent to a or an, then we have three: ein, eine, ein. Ein is for masculine, eine for feminine, and again ein for neuter. And as you know that we cannot use ein, that means a or an, before any plural nouns. A question does not arise for this article for plurals. So der, die, das. So you have to remember that if you are using any masculine noun, so you have to use der, feminine noun die, neuter noun das, a plural noun die. Now I just give some example to make the things more clear. Suppose you want to say father, as you have learned, F-A-T-E-R, Vater. Okay, so Vater is a German word which means father, and it's a masculine noun. And so if you want to say the father, so you'll say der Vater. If you want to say a father, then you say ein Vater. Similarly, if you are using any feminine noun, Mutter, Mutter means mother. So if you want to say the mother, so you have to say die Mutter. If you say eine Mutter, means a mother. Similarly, if you are using any neuter gender like buch, book, book means book, it's a neuter gender. So you will say das Buch means the book, ein Buch, a book. Okay, so these are the examples of masculine, feminine, neuter. Vater is a masculine noun, Mutter is a feminine noun, Buch is a neuter noun. So you say der Vater, die Mutter, das Buch, ein Vater, eine Mutter, ein Buch. And we are using the plural form, like Buch will become Bücher, that is B umlaut, like this. So I shall be telling you that how we are making plural form of the noun later on. I give just one example right now. So as I have said that it will be D only, you cannot use. So die Bücher. So die Bücher, the books, plural form. Now buch, book, is singular noun, and to make plural, what we have done, we have put umlaut and er added. So it becomes Bücher, books. Like that, there are different categories of singular and plural forms, which I will explain later on. So these are the three articles and for three different genders. Why I'm telling that the genders are important here, to some extent, meaning wise also you can guess that father must be masculine, mother should be feminine, book is a neuter gender. But there are lots of words where it's very confusing, like say for example, if I say T-I-S-C-H, Tisch. Now T-I-S-C-H, Tisch, what's the meaning of Tisch? Tisch means table. Now, if you go by meaning, what should be the gender? Tisch is table, inanimate object. By nature, it should be
neutral
gender. Okay, but this is not the case. This is not the case. Tisch is a masculine noun in German. Now you can ask why, how, no answer. Tisch is masculine gender in German. So here, if you go by meaning, if you guess, definitely there will be grammatical error, grammatical problem. So that's why when you are learning new words, always you have to remember that particular word with its gender. Like Tisch means it's a der Tisch. Der Tisch means it's a masculine noun. So like that, lot many words you will learn later on. Another, just for the example, right now I give one more word which is very peculiar, like medicine. M-A-D-C-H-E-N. Now medicine, medicine is the pronunciation. What is the meaning of medicine? Medicine means girl. Medicine means girl. Now, with all logic, with all meaning, what should be the gender of this noun? Of course, it should be feminine. But please remember, in German, this particular word is not of feminine gender. It's a neuter gender. Now, again, if somebody is asking, this is very funny, the girl is neuter gender. Yes. In fact, in German, the genders are decided, are ascertained based on two things. One is meaning, of course, and second is the formation of the word. Now, there is one small rule. In fact, CHEN is a suffix. So any noun in German having CHEN ending, having CHEN suffix, that will be always neuter gender. So here the meaning of the word perhaps is not important. What is important is the formation of the word. And that's the reason that though the meaning wise it should have been feminine noun, but because the formation of word is such which keeps this word in neuter gender. So this just I am telling in the beginning that you should keep in mind while remembering the words. Otherwise later I'll find that if you don't know the exact gender of the noun, you cannot make correct sentences, you cannot speak correctly because lot many things later you'll find will depend on the gender. So this is one of the biggest problem which one has to understand. So from the very beginning, one should develop this habit in learning nouns with its gender. And just I give you some clue that how you can remember this. And while I shall be writing later on the nouns with its gender. So you see that particularly if you look at these three articles, der, die, das. So all are having the same beginning, means starting alphabet is the same D, D, D. But here you will find that, oh, just a moment, please. Yes. So you can write this der Vater, die Mutter, das Buch, something like that. So you can see that here it ends with R, this one ends with E, and this one ends with S. So like if you're writing Vater, so here like R. Sorry, means it should be in the uppercase. Oh, sorry. Like this. So if left side R is written, so you should understand that this is a masculine noun. If E is written, it should be feminine noun. If S is written, it should be neuter noun. So this is for our convenience. We go like this. Instead of writing DER or D or das, we write R, E and S. R stands for masculine. Okay, and E stands for feminine and S stands for neuter. So this is the way we write. And later on, you will learn that to make the plural form, we put like this, means like we put 2 dots and er, something like this. So book and dash, 2 dots and er. So these 2 dots is the indicator that if you put 2 dot and add er, that becomes the plural. So I will explain these things later on. Don't worry for that. So I guess the concept of this article form is okay. Der, die, das, ein, eine, ein. 3 different
Yes.
articles for 3 different genders.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, after I have explained this, I now go to the next step, and that is I take a verb. What is the meaning? To
Learn.
learn. So lernen means to learn. This is the infinitive form of the verb lernen, to learn. Lernen means to learn. Now I'm going to tell you that how we make simple sentences in present tense. As you have learned in English that in present tense, you are making sentences like I learn, you learn, they learn, he learns, she learns. That means verb pattern. So either you are using learn or learns in English. 2 verbs in present tense. I learn, you learn. But when you are using any third person singular subject like he learns, she learns, my friend learns, Ravi learns, 2 forms. But in German, we are having some more categories of the verb forms, verb pattern in present tense. And this is also true in some other Indian languages. Those who know little bit Hindi, I can cite just simple example like depending on the gender also our verb form will change. Like to go. To go in Hindi it is jana. Jana. And then he goes, she goes in English. For both, whether he means masculine, she feminine, the verb is same goes. But in Hindi, verb form will change. Like वह जाता है, and if a girl, वह जाती है, तो जाता जाती. And similarly, तुम, if you are using तुम जाते हो, वे जाते हैं. So like that, you know, we are having different verb forms depending on the kind of pronoun we are using. So I am going to tell you one pattern in German, which you have to understand nicely, because this is the verb pattern which you can use for any other German verb. So I am starting with different kinds of personal pronouns. So like I will start with ICH. What is the meaning ICH? I. And then verb form will be lerner. Now lernen means to learn. This is the infinitive form of the verb. But when we are making sentences, then we are using the finite form, and this is the finite form lerner. L-E-R-N, and this is the ending, E ending, like this lerner. And I put one word like D-E-U-T-S-C-H, Deutsch. What is the meaning of Deutsch? German. I put full stop. And because this is coming in the beginning of the sentence, I will be capital. Now this is your sentence. So if you are making any German sentence with by using the verb lernen, so you are saying ich lerne Deutsch. Means whenever your subject is I, the verb should have E ending. So like in German, you will find that many verbs ending with en in their infinitive form. As in English, we are having to learn, to go, to eat, to sleep, to bring. Similarly, in German, we are having lernen, gehen, kommen, fahren, trinken, bringen, finden, en, like this. So this en ending is the indicator that the verb is in its original infinitive form. But you know that when we are making a sentence, then we shall be using the different form of this verb depending on the subject. So first person singular I. Whenever you are using I, then always E ending should be used. Like as you have learned the another verb comment. So you say is komma, K-O-M-M-E. It ends with E. Is komma, is lerner, is geher, is fahrer, is bringer, is finder. Like that, when you'll be learning many other German words, but you'll be using the verb in the same pattern. Means the moment your subject is I, the verb form will be like this. Then we are having like do. Do means you. Do means you. And then what will the verb form? L-E-R-N-S-T, lernst. Deutsch. You learn German. So here what is the ending? Coming, ending coming S-N-T. Similarly, plural of do is I-H-R. Here the meaning is again Y-O-U, and here the verb form is lernt Deutsch. Here T ending is coming. Okay. And then now you can ask that what is the difference between these two? The simple difference, do is singular for one person and E is plural for more than one person. This is singular, this is plural. This is plural. P-L-U. I'm writing. And this is for one person. Singular. S-I-N-G. Singular. Yes, please.
So we use the word here in the question waste your nama, and that is like what is your name. So isn't it your?
No, I will explain that ear and this ear. These are the two different words. Okay, I'll explain that.
Sir, if do appears within a sentence, is it capitalized?
No, because I am writing these are coming in the beginning. That's why capital. Otherwise, nothing will be capital. Okay.
Sir, isn't do noun also?
No, do is not noun. Do is pronoun.
Okay.
Let me just write and then I will explain everything. So here A means he. Then we have Z. Z means she. And then we have S. S means it. And for all the three, the verb will be lernt. Now, you see, these are the three words I have written. These are third person singular pronouns. E are air. Air means she for masculine. S is E means she for feminine. S means it for neuter. For all the three, verb will be same T. Now you can ask that this one and this one are the same. Yes, this one and this one same, but intentionally it is written here same, but there are some other words where different forms will come. And the last category will be like the, and what is the meaning of here? We. And then S-I-E-Z. Z means. And again, I am writing S-I-E-Z is small, which means they. And for all these three, the verb form will be lernen. Now here you will find that it is coming full form, that is just like infinity form. So now let me explain you the here. In fact, what I have written because these are coming in the beginning of the sentence. Of course, it has to be capital. Otherwise, if this is and do and all these words are coming in the middle of the sentence, then it will not be capital. This is always capital. I will explain. Now here I have written the complete chart of the personal pronoun. In fact, this list which I have prepared for you, this is personal pronoun. And in a personal pronoun, there are 3 persons, what is called first person, second person, third person, and then again singular, plural. So we have first person singular plural, second person singular plural, third person singular plural. So here ish means I is first person singular and the verb form will be always lerne. Do is the second person singular and always it should have s and t ending, lernst. IHR is the plural of do, which means you all, and the verb form will be having t ending, learned. And RGS, these are the third person singulars, like he and she and it. And for all the 3, the common form is learned, LERNT, t ending. And the last category is plural forms, like where. Where is the first person plural, like I means first person, we is also first person, this is singular, this is plural. So where means we, and this G means again you, and this G means they. So what is the difference? This one Z, this is written always capital, whether it's coming in the beginning of the sentence, in the middle of the sentence, anywhere in the sentence, it will remain always capital. Just like nouns, we are writing the first alphabet capital, so this will be capital. And this G will be small and the meaning will be they. So if it is capital, the meaning is you. If it is small, the meaning is the they. And for all the 3, the verb form will be LERNEN, lernen. So like we are lernen Deutsch means we learn German. Sie lernen Deutsch means you learn German. This Sie lernen Deutsch means they learn German. Now you see I have used 3 places you, this you, this you, and this you. What is the difference? In fact, do and eat, these 2 are very, very informal form of you. In English, we don't have this type of category. You suppose you are calling your friend or youngster or small kids, then you will be calling you come here. But suppose you are calling some senior person, professors or some respectable person, then you cannot say you come here. You have to add some respectable word like you sir or you please. You have to request, means simply you will not do. But in Indian languages, we have 2 words, very categorized 2 words for addressing this type of thing. If you are addressing some close friends or juniors or children, then you can use, for example, in Hindi, we have the word tum. Okay, tumi in Bangla, like that in many other languages, we have the words. So this do is tum and this IHR is tum sab, tum lo. So this is singular and plural. And this G is aap, means formal conversation. You are in formal conversation. So always in Hindi, in Bengali, in other languages, we are using aap, apni. So this is aap, and this is always written capital. This may be for 1 person. This can also may be for many persons. So this is singular as well as plural. So this is very formal conversation. And that's why in the sentence where I have written woher kommen Sie, S capital. So this is aap, means it's very formal. And if you are using do, then meaning will be tum. So this is the difference between these Z and this do and e, means where the meaning is you and you and you. So this is one thing. Second thing is that I have used 3 places Z. One Z is here, another one is here, and another one is here. This Z means she, and this Z means you, and this Z means they. Now you can ask how you will differentiate. Yeah, very simple. If this Z along with this Z, the verb is learned. If the verb is coming learned, so you are 100% sure that the meaning of this Z should be, must be she only. What about these 2? if this G and this G are coming and because the verb is common for both, then how will differentiate that whether the meaning of this G is you or meaning of this G is they? Suppose if I write it separately, Sie lernen Deutsch. Now, whether this G or this G, if any one of these coming in the beginning of the sentence as per punctuation rule, any word which is coming in the beginning of the sentence, then the first alphabet has to be capital. So this is always capital, but this one will also be capital. Now the question is that how to understand, how to translate the meaning of this G will be you or the meaning of this G will be they. Sie lernen Deutsch means you learn German or they learn German. What should be the translation? In fact, it's not difficult. If suppose only one sentence in isolation is written like this, then you have the freedom to translate both. You can translate you learn German and you can also translate they learn German. But this situation will not happen if these kind of things are coming in the paragraph, in the text. Because in relation with other sentences, you can make it out whether the meaning of this G is you or meaning of this G should be they. So there it's not problem. But if only one sentence is like this, of course, then one can think of this G means you, this G means they. But this G is never she. Why? Because the verb is lernen. Moment you are using here T, like though here it is capital. It has to be capital because it's coming in the beginning of the sentence. So Sie lernt Deutsch. Here 100% sure that the meaning of this is she. So this is the concept of this personal pronouns, and almost there are some exceptional verbs. Otherwise, more than 97% of the verbs in German will follow this pattern. Like you can use here, like somebody is saying is Koma aus Kharagpur. So kommen, K-O-M-M-E-N, kommen verb you are using. So you will be using is Koma aus Kharagpur. Du kommst aus Kharagpur. Ihr kommt aus Kharagpur. Er kommt aus Kharagpur. Sie kommt aus Kharagpur. Es kommt aus Kharagpur. Wir kommen aus Kharagpur. Sie kommen aus Kharagpur. And this Sie kommen aus. So like that, you can use any verb, German verb, like trinken. There is a verb T-R-I-N-K-E, and trinken means to drink. Somebody is saying I drink water. So ich trinke Wasser, du trinkst Wasser, ihr trinkt Wasser, er trinkt Wasser, sie trinkt Wasser, wir trinken Wasser. So pattern you have to understand, and on this pattern you can make sentences with different kinds of personal pronouns, or even you can use noun. If you are using noun, it will be either singular or plural. If any similar noun will come under this category, like der student means the student learned Deutsch. The student learned German. Okay, so under this category, if any plural noun you are using, students learn German, then you have to put under this plural category. Then you can use lernen. If the name of somebody is there, then again it will come under singular, this third category, like Peter, Ravi, Monica, any name, then the verb again will be this one, learned. So you can use name of somebody, singular noun, plural noun, or any one of these personal pronouns, depending on what kind of sentence one is making. Okay, so is it clear, or do you have any doubt? You can ask if you have any doubt.
Sir, how is you used in third person?
Use not third person, use second person.
The last one, Z.
Last one, which one? This one?
Z.
Ah.
The one which means you. So this one is third person.
No, no. How you are
Oh.
saying third person? This is second person.
Okay.
I have written in the meaning in the bracket you. How it can be third person? Third person are like he, she, it, and they. This is third person.
Okay.
Anybody having any doubt? Is it clear to everybody? Please respond.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Because I'm trying to explain in the simplest possible way so that everybody understands. Okay. Now, next thing which I want to explain related to tenses. You see that there are three main tenses almost in all the languages, what is called present tense, past tense, and future tense. Now, if you talk about English, in English, we are having again 4 categories in present tense, similarly 4 in past tense, similarly 4 in future tense, but all are not used very frequently. Say, for example, what are the 4 tenses in English in present tense? What we call simple present, then we call it present continuous, then present perfect, and then present perfect continuous. Okay, like this. And so is the case with the past tense and future tenses. But in German, somewhat it is simpler in the sense that we don't have the concept of this ing business, what we call continuous tenses of English. Like I am writing, I am sleeping, I am going, I am doing. Okay, so these are continuous, present continuous, past continuous, future continuous. We don't have ing concept. Then you can ask that how will translate. In fact, this kind of tense which I am explaining right now in present tense, later on you will learn past tense. So this present tense, what I'm explaining, is equivalent to simple present as well as present continuous of English. That means ich lerne Deutsch means I learn German. And then with the same very sentence, you can translate I am learning German without adding a single extra word. With this, you can translate I learn German. You can also translate I am learning German. Now you can ask when to translate I learn German, when to translate I am learning German. It will depend again on the context. When you are translating the German text into English, then with the context you can make it whether you should translate in simple present or you should translate in continuous. But in German, we don't have separate continuous tense, so no ing business. Unnecessarily don't use here anything like I am. So what is the equivalent of am? Then how you put ing? Nothing. Simply you write present tense and you are translating both ways. So this is one thing. Second thing is that to make questions like if you look at this sentence, this has become question. What I have written here, I have written lernen Sie Deutsch. I have put the verb in the beginning, then this Z means you. Now here you see this Z means you. Why? Because though it is coming in the middle, but S is capital. So please remember here the meaning of this Z will always be you. If I write it small, the meaning will change. The meaning will be they. So to make question, simple question like do you learn German or are you learning German? For both the cases, we take out the verb in the beginning and question mark at the end, it becomes question. So if you ask lernen Sie Deutsch, the meaning will be do you learn German or are you learning German? So you can answer ja, this you have learned. Ja means yes. Ja, ich lerne Deutsch. Okay. Ja, ich lerne Deutsch. Somebody is asking you, do you learn German? Are you learning German? Your answer is coming, ja, ich. Now here you see I is not capital. In English, I is always capital, but in German, this I will be capital only if it is coming in the beginning, otherwise not. So ja, ich lerne Deutsch. S, I am learning German. Yes, I learn German. or your answer may be no. And the word for no is 9. So we'll say 9 ich lerne nicht, N-I-C-H-T, sorry, nicht Deutsch. So negated. 9 and 9 means no, ja means yes. Okay. So, ja, ich lerne Deutsch. Nein, ich lerne nicht. So, N-I-C-H-T, nicht means not. So, these are the yes and no. These are used to affirm or negate the statement of any sentence. And we have another negative word, nicht. Nicht means not. It comes generally after the verb. And please again, in English, we are using do or does or is, am, are, auxiliary verbs, helping verbs to negate, to make questions. In German, those kind of extra words are not required. As you have seen here, lernen Sie Deutsch, I have not used something like do, does, is, am, are, nothing. Simply verb in the beginning. And here, negative word putting after the verb. It becomes negative. No, I don't learn German. No, I am not learning German. So both. So we are not using ing, we are not using do, does, is, am, are, etc. to make questions to negate. So this you have to understand something different from English. To make questions, put the verb in the beginning. To negate the sentence, 9 means if you are statement you are negating 9. If you are negating the verb, then after the verb you just put NICST, nicht means not. So this is the way we make simple sentences, questions and simple questions, as well as we negate.
So can you pronounce NICHT once again?
Nicht. Nicht. After I, CH is sir. So are you getting? So today I started with the very simple grammar, but this is very important part. So I explained you this article form, and then I gave you a verb pattern with different kinds of personal pronouns and nouns, and then how we make simple questions and how we negate the sentence. This, if you understand, then on this basis, you can make you can use any German sentence and make sentences in present tense. Right now, I am dealing in present tense. Later on, once you have advanced a little bit, then I will take up the past tense, perfect tense, how we're making. But right now, whatever I am explaining, these all are in simple present tense. So you keep in mind that we don't have ing, that means continuous type of sentences in German, but we have the freedom to translate, and it will depend on the context whether it should be simple present or continuous. And to make questions, simply we put the verb in the beginning and at the end question mark becomes questions, and we translate learn do you. Now we are adding, because in English we have to use do, so that's why I'm using do you learn German. Are you learning German? No, I don't learn. I'm not learning. So nicht. After the verb we put negative. So there are 2-3 ways to negate. One is negating the statement. So you are putting in the beginning 9, no. And then you are negating the verb, learning, not learning, negating the verb, nicht. And there is one more negative word you will learn later on to negate the noun, like no room, no teacher, no time, no money. So that you will learn later on. So what I explained today, this basic grammar, basic thing of present tense. And if you understand well this, then you can follow any other German verb which you shall be using in the text, etc. And very easily you can go ahead and understand. Okay, all right. So anybody's having any doubt related to any one of these?
So, while creating the question, instead of Z, say I was referring to I decided not to use the formal Z and I decided to use do instead. So the question will be learns to do Deutsch, right?
Exactly. You are very correct. If you are using so learn and then you are using st learns and here do. Yes, it has become very informal. You are talking with your friend. Oh, तुम German पढ़ते हो? Ah, lernst du Deutsch? You are talking to small kids, friends, then you are. But if you are formal conversation, if you are talking in a very formal meeting, somebody is senior, somebody is superior, somebody is professor, then you should not use do. You should use Z. Okay. Anybody having any other question, doubt? So whatever I explained today, it is clear. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes,
Try to understand everything very nicely, and if you have any doubt, please ask. Hello, Abha.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen, sir.
Wie geht es Ihnen?
Danke, es geht mir gut. Und, und wie geht es Ihnen?
Es geht mir auch gut. Danke.
Super.
Good. So like this, you please keep on practicing. And then tomorrow I shall be starting with the textbook with the very simple sentences. And then also video, first episode of the video also I will play. So in this way, every time you'll be learning new things. Please remember that you are not going to become the master of the language. It's not master of language, master in German. No, it's elementary level course. But if you are regular and if you are practicing whatever I am trying to explain, because I always try to explain in the simplest possible form, so you understand well. Only thing is that you have to remember every day you are learning lots of new words. Increase your vocabulary. Try to understand the basic grammar. Practice the pronunciation. Pronunciation I have finished, so you have to practice. Listen once, twice, thrice, again and again the audio clip which is there. Listen, practice so that you are able to pronounce correctly. And then once you have learned a little bit, then you will be able to respond in German, simple sentences very nicely. And that is the purpose. Okay, so I guess it's time for lunch for everybody. So I finish it here and tomorrow again we are meeting at 10 o'clock. So I have already uploaded the PDF form of the textbook. So quickly you can go through the textbook, lesson number 1. And also I have uploaded some video lessons text and the word meaning. So you can also just go once. And again, I shall be explaining tomorrow lot many things. So that's all today. Danke, auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf
Auf
Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Danke.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.